Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm just filming this as a little bonus type video because I've just been organising some of my storage boxes and places where I keep ephemera and project ideas and all the rest of it. And I found a bunch of these woodland type things where I've clearly put the work in to prep the projects that I want to do and how I want to decorate them. But I've attached fussy cuts and labels and stuff to them. Clearly I'd put some thought into how I was going to decorate them. And I never ended up filming the video. So I thought I would just kind of get on and do them now because, well, otherwise these things are just going to sit in my stash until the autumn and, well, things are going to get lost and crushed and all the rest of it. So yeah, I just thought I would, just do this little video. So this piece is a receipt, like the front of an old vintage receipt checkbook thing. And I think my idea was that I was making it into some kind of flip out. And I'd even sewn some vellum, which I was going to attach to the back of this for a little pocket. Because I've got this scripty text from, the vintage days. And I didn't want to lose that. I thought it was really cool. So yeah, as you can see, I have, gone in and sorted these things and then, just never, I don't know what must have happened. Maybe I just ran out of time for filming and, I just never ended up making the video. Sorry, I'm just reaching down because before I begin, so this is where I'm going to have the, what's it called? Hinge. And because this is old, I'm going to reinforce it with some tape. Now I'm hoping that my camera plays ball today. I have been struggling a little bit with, it keeps falling down. I don't know why, it just does. It keeps falling down on me. So I'm hoping that it won't happen today. So this is just framers tape. It's really strong, but I mainly use it because I really like the craft colour. And it's just a paper tape, so I'm just going to pop that there. As I say, it will just strengthen that a bit. And to be honest, kind of adds to the vintage vibe as well. Okay, so right, remind me where the bend is. There it is. So I don't need as much as that, so I think I'm just gonna snip into that. Just take that bit off. Okay, so when I come to use this piece, and I have misplaced my bone folder, there it is, just fallen down. This will get glued down and it can be a little flip out pocket thing. And okay, so right, let's get this vellum pocket on then. So I'm filming this on a Sunday. Because it's a bonus video, I don't know when you'll see it. I'll just sort of work it into the schedule. So because I've done stitching around this piece, I'm going to put on, plenty of glue. But it's art glitter glue, so it will dry clear. And I didn't sew this onto this piece because I didn't want the stitching to show through to the front of it. I thought that would, not be a good look for what I wanted. Yep. Hoping that will stick though. Could do with some of those little clips that quilters use, when they start clipping things down. I've seen a few paper crafters using that type of a thing. I'm just going to snip off those edges. I think it will glue, it probably just wants a bit of time to dry and hold and stuff, doesn't it? So I'll work on this side for now. Yeah, so I'm filming this on a Sunday. And I'd even gone to the effort of cutting out these little stickers. Just, oh, I don't know. So we're going to have an acorn here. We actually, so yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday. So as I say, I don't know when this will go out, but yesterday, for me, for when I'm filming, my husband and I, Scott, went to whitewater rafting. We went to a place in Cardiff in Wales. It's not too far from where we are. I think I will have this little acorn down here. I have Mummy and Daddy together. Yeah, we went to a place in Cardiff and we tried whitewater rafting for the first time. My goodness, it was fun. It was, you know, they had the rapids part, and then you went round in this circle in your raft, and then they had a ramp to take you back to the top of the circuit. And we must have gone around about a good half dozen times, if not more than that. And it was a lot of fun. And surprisingly, despite having to row, you know, heave like this, rowing, my muscles are not as sore as what I thought they were going to be, because, you know, we did have to put some effort in to get this little raft to row to the start line. And of course, doing the actual rapids part, there was a lot of moving around where, you know, they tell you commands. So there was like lean in, so you all had to like lean into the dinghy. Then you had all forward, which was to paddle forwards, all back, which was to paddle backwards, and get down, which was, you know, a big rapids was coming up. So you all had to essentially come off from the side of it and jump into the middle, like squat down inside the dinghy, so as not to fall out, you know. And it was, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I realised I was going to have this word here. Too busy chattering. But yeah, it was so much fun. It really was. And we did it for so Scott's birthday was back in March, and I'd bought him, well, essentially I'd packaged up this little like riddle thing that he had to find and open, and he got a choice then of an experience day type experience. And he got a choice between the whitewater rafting, an escape room, and I think the crystal maze experience, which I don't know if I think it's probably a British thing, but back when we were growing up in the 90s, the crystal maze was very big on telly. So much fun. It was basically like this this games experience that was, you know, primetime TV, and you know, people would come on and complete challenges and puzzles and things, and like under a timer, like a game show, I suppose. But they've opened up an experience in London for it. Anyway, long story short, Scott chose the whitewater rafting, and then we were just waiting for it to be a bit nicer weather, because if we were going to get very wet, we wanted to go when it was, you know, warm, and we weren't going to freeze our little bums off, shall we say. Well, there you go. That is that piece. How simple was that? So it was basically just that folded out for your little vellum pocket, and you can still see that writing behind the vellum. Well, I can. I don't know if you can, but I can. In real life, you can. Yeah. So, you know, that's a finished piece now. That can go into my stash. What is that? Oh, that's the thread. I was wondering what I was picking at then. There we go. Okay, I'll move that to one side. Right, what is next? Let's do these next. So yeah, I found all these pieces and I just thought, you know what? Well, I was originally going to sit down and do them, you know, just me, myself. But then I thought, well, actually, I may as well, you know, come on and, you know, just do this little video. So these two, these are just pieces left over from one of my master boards. And I must have thought that these would make nice clusters. So that's what I'm going to go with. And I thought I would pair them with some of this burlap and maybe some gold as well. And then I've just got a few fussy cuts to add in. I hope it's okay lightness wise. I've got my filming light on, but I haven't got the main light on. because although it's the afternoon, it's early afternoon, and we you know, we are nearly in summer, so I thought I'm going to try very hard not to put the main light on for until I absolutely need to, but I hope it's not too dark. Okay, and then I think I just want to cut that down a little bit. And this was a nice little scrap of burlap left over from something. I found it when I went to do my nests the other day. I couldn't find the burlap. Well, I found it. And then I've got some of this gold ribbon, which I thought I would... This is like a mesh type ribbon, and I just cut off the bits that have the wires on, so that it's a bit of gold material. And I thought I would just have that peeping out from underneath, because I imagine these pieces will go into autumn wood type projects. So just a little bit of glitz coming out from behind would be nice. So let's, good question. I think I will attach them to this base, and then you won't see all the glue seeping out. No, I'll just get glue all over myself instead. Standard. There we are. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't film this video. It's just one of those things, is sometimes you just run out of time in your filming schedule, and it must have been that, actually I'm going to make that a bit better, there we go. It must have just been that autumn was over or coming to an end, and so I probably started working on, you know, Christmas projects and winter. That's just the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? Yeah. Just that little hint of gold shimmer would be nice. So yeah, strange that I'd be working on woodland stuff in June. But as I say, I was just going to sit down and do this. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pop it on for anyone who wants to watch. And it may give you some ideas for things that you can make. Or you might just enjoy watching and having a bit of a waffle. Now don't let me forget, I do have tea that my hubby has just kindly made for me, so I don't want to forget that I've got it. I'm not the only one who does that, surely. We all get so engrossed in what we're doing. Right, I've got stuff all over my desk. Okay, and then I at some point had found this label, and oh, this poor little die cut. I don't know how this actually survived in my box, but his antlers are just hanging on. So I think we'll... How do we want this then? I think something like that would be good. No, don't get involved, Kai. Sorry, you have to excuse my dog. He's down by my feet, and you know, our neighbours are just saying their goodbyes outside, and Kai can get very territorial. It's not so much a territory, well it is, but he's fine on his own. It's when he's with me and Scott, he gets very like he needs to protect us. So if he hears noises outside, he does get very much like, oh, you know, protect the fort and all of that, and he doesn't need to. I will protect us. Scott will protect us. You know, we'll protect him. He doesn't need to protect us, but you know, dogs don't know, do they? Okay. There we are, a nice big fabric-y type cluster. Lovely. So, what have you all been up to? Have you been whitewater rafting? No, I'm joking. If you have though, let me know, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I'd love to know what you've all been up to. As I say, we did the whitewater rafting yesterday, and again, I don't know when this will go out, but at the time of filming, our holiday is coming up soon. We're going glamping with Kai, he's coming with us. And okay, so I'll not just fit. As I say, I just wanted to use this scrap up really. So that one will have less of a border around, but that's fine. Yeah, Kai's coming with us, and you know, we're going to do all like, well, lots of walks hopefully. It just depends on what the weather does, because obviously if it is too hot, then, you know, we'll be wanting to keep Kai, you know, in the cool, in the shade as much as possible, but we'll just have to see. For me, I'm just treating it as, you know, it'll be a nice breakaway for the three of us. And even if we can't do all the things that are on our list, because, you know, we always have things that we want to do, then at least we can still enjoy, you know, the time away together. And it's nice as well that Kai's coming with us. So hoping I can get this to peek out a little bit. Again, I think I'll cut it in half and then I can have it just peeking out a bit more than that. Lovely. So yeah, I'm impressed actually that I remember what I was doing with these things. I mean, do you ever find that when you've prepared something, or I don't know if it's just for people who film or what, but I'm sure we've done it a lot where we've sat down to think about a project, and you know, life gets in the way, and before you know it, you've kind of put a project to one side, and then maybe it's gotten buried underneath everything else you've got on your desk. And then maybe you find it when you're clearing up. Essentially that's what happened to me, but it was away in a storage box, and I was coming up with some ideas for myself for how I wanted to store ephemera pieces. And one of the things that I decided that I need is a to be finished box. So I was like, you know, going through all my ephemera boxes, and believe it or not, turns out that I'd already started a box like that at some point, and that's where these pieces were just sitting. They were just sitting in there. And we've got this little owl for this one. Lovely. That'll do. Very simple clusters, not really much to them. But because we're using the masterboard, as I say, they were just offcuts. The background is, you know, there's enough going on in the background that you don't need to decorate them a whole heap. You know, like the collage is already done for you kind of thing. Right, I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to have a drink of my tea. And I'm hoping that as I do so, you'll type up in the comments what you've been up to. And yeah, what do you think about us whitewater rafting? Sadly, we don't have any pictures or videos of us actually doing it, because I do have a picture of the course, so if you would like to see that at some point, let me know. But we don't have pictures of us doing it because we didn't, you know, we were in the boat and we didn't have anyone with us, you know, to take our picture or anything. Right, let me just have a tip. I was going to say a tip of my sip. Oh goodness, a sip of my tea. I'm always tripping over my letters. Okay. I've got very gluey fingers after doing those, but there you are. Two very simple clusters, but beautiful all the same. Right, let's do this one next. So I am keeping an eye on the time. I don't want this to be a super long video. It's just going to be just a little, well, I was going to sit here and do it anyway, so maybe you'd like to keep me company as I waffle away and, yeah, just waffle away basically. So this is, again, some of my masterboard, probably the same one from where those clusters came from. And at some point I decided I was using this frame sticker and mushroom, so we'll get that done. And then it wants backing, it's just on book page, so I thought I would try and use up some of my scraps, because, you know, it is June, so I am in scrap busting mode, to actually not collage the back, but I want to get into the habit of using plain papers on the backs of like journal cards and tags that are scraps, rather than full pieces. So I've started putting together a little bag in my scrap box of all like plain brown papers, tea-dyed papers, things that are just pieces of, and I want to start using those before I cut into, you know, full-blown sheets to back things. So I think I'll have this as a journal card, so I'm probably going to round the corners. Ooh. The only trouble with these stickers is you have to get them down just so they don't go all bumpy. But I do love these stickers. I got them from AliExpress. I have actually just ordered some more because I do use them often, and I think I've gotten through about 2/3 of the pack already. I think I only got them last year, so I do use them. So where was I having that? Something like that. And I presume something like that sounds about what I would do. So yeah, we'll get the back of this collaged up as well. Oh, I tell you, it does feel good to get these pieces done now that I found them, and you know, clearly I'd put in the effort into to want to make the pieces. I don't know why I just didn't end up filming it. Just baffled. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to move that up actually. Have it be more in the frame, I think is what I was aiming for. Yeah, nice. There we go. So I'm just going to put the lids on my glue before I do anything else, Justine. There we go, just do that. Right, I'm going to round those. Oh no, actually I won't round them yet. I'm learning. I'll get the back collaged first. So yeah, as I say, I've just got a load of things in here. So let's use that, and just looking for brown stuff, I think. That'll be interesting. I won't use the grey. So this is a piece of envelope, I think. And then we could maybe do some lines. That's just a piece from a digital. And then we just want something there. I'm just trying very hard not to get everything out, so what's that? Oh, that's a bit of what's it? Edith Holden. So if I pop that there, and then just want a little something. I got a little something in here. I'm sure I do somewhere. Got that little square. Right, let's try and do something with these things. So yeah, I want to get into the habit of doing this now. Sorry, I'm just clattering around for my ruler. Yeah, I definitely want to start doing this more. Of collaging the backs of the cards, not just the fronts, because you know. And then I'm just going to take that bit off because it's adding a little bit of excess bulk. Right, let's use the Kalau, and then I can just get that glued down. Yeah, I'm glad I decided to film this. I mean, I'm just waffling and stuff, but I miss these chatty videos. I've not done them in a while because I don't know. I've been in a bit of a what's the word? I'm going through a bit of an emotional time at the moment with family stuff, and not my, you know, not my not Scott and not Kai, my, you know, family I grew up with, and yeah, I'm going through a little bit of an emotional time with them at the moment, and I think so. I haven't been as chatty on videos, I think, because I've been sort of almost like shutting down, not emotionally, that sounds a bit dramatic, but it's hard to explain. I just think I've just been a bit quiet and a bit in my head, and as I say, I was sitting down to do this and I thought actually this might be a really good opportunity then for me to, you know, just come on and be myself a bit more, because I do feel like I've not really been myself for a little while. And the funny thing is that, you know, you're watching, you probably don't notice, but I think it's that you know yourself when you haven't quite been yourself, don't you? Anyway. But yeah, I'm glad I decided to collage the back of this. I think this will be way more interesting than just, you know, gluing one thing down, won't it? Whilst also, hey, guess what? I get to do a bit of scrap busting. Which, now that I've done the scrap busting series, or, you know, we're still filming it, but, you know, it is coming to an end soon. I've sort of not developed a habit, I wouldn't go that far, but it is helping me to develop a habit. So I think I want a torn edge down here. Yeah. And then maybe if I just plonk that on, because you can write on this bit, you see. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as I've developed a habit of scrap busting yet, not quite. But I'm certainly using my scraps more. I'm being more aware of using them and stuff than what I was. So for me, that's a good thing, and all I could have really hoped for from the challenge was yeah, getting myself sorted out in that respect. Tell you what, I've got this little piece. Is that a bit too? I feel like because it's down there, I kind of want to use it, but I don't know if that's a bit too much. You know what? That's kind of interesting. I like that. If that doesn't inspire you to write on the tag, I don't know what will. Well, not you, specifically you, but whoever, or wherever this ends up, I don't know, but whoever, wherever, hopefully would feel inspired to write. Certainly think it would inspire me. That's it. And then this last piece. How are we doing? Hey, not bad, half an hour. So apparently when you're super organised and you know exactly how you were decorating pieces, time flies. But yeah, I don't normally do that. I just, I don't know. Must have been at a loss for something to do one day and just got all these pieces prepared, and then, well, it's a bit meaningless if you don't end up filming it or even just making the pieces. And then I probably got to a point where I put them away thinking to I was going to round the corners, wasn't I? Yeah, I probably got to a point where I thought, actually, I'm probably best waiting until next autumn/fall. But yeah, I'm being a bit different this year, where if I feel inspired to do something, I'm actually just going ahead with it. I'm not worrying about what series it fits into, or what time of year we are, or anything. I'm just kind of still trying to be organised and everything, because, you know, otherwise I never get anything done. But if I feel inspired, then I'm just going for it, and kind of thing. And I definitely think it's working out better anyway. So I just want to get a little bit there. So yeah, collaged backs of tags and journal cards is probably my new favourite thing, so expect to see this often, because that is really interesting. But at least now this can go into my sewing pile as well, which I'm also trying to get on top of at the moment. Just trying to go in and just sew an extra couple of pieces from my sewing pile rather than ignore them. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And it got some scraps used up. Yeah, that looks really cool. I like it. I like it just as much as the front. There you go. I don't think that wants anything else. Obviously once we add the stitching around, that will change it again. And then I've just got this last piece, which we've only been half an hour, so I may as well. So this is some sticker packaging, and I think my plan was to have it as a pocket, and I really liked the back here. Can you see? Oh, you probably can't see. It's like, it's all check graph type print. So thinking to tear into some of this, because I do like to have you know, this kind of look. Yeah. And then I had these with it, so I presume I was going to use these, but oops, I'm just going to cut them out individually so I can place them more in line with where I want them to be. I must get some more of these as well. I ended up using these autumn acorn pine cones and everything a lot last year. I really enjoyed them. So yeah, maybe we could just go for 2. I don't think we need 3. And then maybe a word or something, so I need to find where I'm keeping those. That'll just go in there. And then I pulled this from my scrap box. I thought this was the right sort of colours. Yeah, perfect. So let's do something with that. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to have another gulp of my tea. Lovely. My hubby does make a very good cup of tea, if I do say so myself. Lovely. Okay, so we're just going to pop that in. So this is quite thin, so I'm going to use the art glitter glue, because I'm just worried that the cloud might sort of seep through the paper. I've really enjoyed this. Do you know, this is the 4th video I've filmed today. It's a Sunday, so I'm just kind of catching up and getting ahead and all the rest of it. But yeah, I've really enjoyed just having that bit of a catch-up style video again. Like I said, it's been a while, hasn't it? Oh gosh, the art glitter glue seems to have reacted with that paper. I might have to stencil over that. It's gone, I don't know, it's like reacted with it or something. Oh, this, that's me saying about not using the Kalal. Maybe I should have used a glue stick. Never mind, I'm sure we can cover that up. Did I say this was going to be a pocket? Yeah, I think I did. And you probably guessed already, didn't you? We know, Justine. So we'll have that. Nice. Yeah, that looks good. So yeah, I think I will stencil over that book page. And maybe I'll actually stencil the whole thing. Maybe. Right, let's put the lid on the ink. So I think we could probably do with a label or a word or something, but I do want to just get this pocket on as well. So I think the easiest thing would be to pop the glue on this piece and then just attach the scrap. And then I can use the art glitter glue if I want to not glue my desk. You know, if I want to go in with what's the word? Extra stuff. Extra glue. Yeah, if it needs more. Okay, let's do that. scissors. Right, let's just chop that off. Oh no, another piece to go in my scrap box. Never mind, at least I got some of it used. And that's something I've started doing, and I've probably said in one of my scrap busting videos that I've been doing. I've been putting in my, you know, this type of a scrapbook paper, cardstock scraps, in the scrapbooks. I wasn't doing that before. I was like keeping them separated in their own little folder, and yeah, it's making me use them in just general crafting, general making, and not just having to sit down and do a load all in one go because you've let them pile up. So I'll definitely keep that up as a habit as well. So I just want to ink around all this, and then yeah, I need to look at words and labels. This one I was a little bit less organised about because I'd only got as far as deciding on the pine cones. But, that's okay because it's the last piece anyway. So I'll just glue this up. Oh, that's okay. The art glitter glue is actually dried, so the way that it looked when I first looked at the pocket, the book page, it doesn't look as bad now, thankfully. I think I might still stencil though. I might go in with my T-ring stencil just to grungy it up a bit. That was really nice packaging. That's the thing with stickers. They often have really nice packaging. So we have got some pine cones. So see, I kind of want a word down there as well. So let me grab my sciencey type labels, because I might do a label on the pocket and a word up the top, and I actually kind of like that, so that was the easiest label choice in the world. It was just the first one that came out. That's good. And then can we get a word to be as nice as that? I've got forest, or I've got moss. I think it's raining. Oh, feels nice and cool. Cool air coming through my window. Oh, found it. That's what we want. Shrouded path. Yeah, let's grungy that up, and then nearly put my dauber in my tea. And let's work that in somehow. I might even oh, sorry, I was looking around thinking I might put this on a scrap of paper to make it stand out, the word. Right, I'm sure about the label, so let's pop that on. So yeah, I mean, I hope you've enjoyed this little impromptu session, just to get some stuff used up and finished and stuff. So yeah, as I say, I am organising my ephemera now into buckets, boxes. I think that's fine actually, just as is. So I am going to have a box where things want finishing off, and it will be mostly decorating. It's where I've been mass making things or something, and you know, they don't have a project yet, so they're just sitting there as bases to be you know, made into something. And yeah, I want to get into the habit now of checking my ephemera boxes for stuff that wants, you know, moving on, finishing off. Bases want decorating. At the start of a project, I look at that box, and then I can start pulling in these things into projects I'm working on or to be worked on. I think that's going to be much better for me going forwards. So let's get some of these T-rings in. My favouriteest stencil. Oh, that's a nice big one, nice. Like it grungy for the autumn woods, which is where I imagine these will end up. A bit more, and then I promise that's it. Lovely. And that was the last piece. Well, that feels very good to do that today. So let me just move a few things out of the way and I can have a look at what we've done. So here we are, we've got our library type pocket, so just a little pocket. We've got our collaged journal card, I just want sewing around and collaged the back. We've got 2 fabric and collage masterboard clusters, really like those, a bit of gold peeping out, I'm glad I did that. And then we have our little flip out from an old receipt checkbook with our pocket on the back. And yeah, that vellum has glued down just fine, it looks like. Yeah, and little deer on the back. So there we are, that's what I had for you today. As I say, a little bit of a random type video, but yeah, I really enjoyed doing those, and I'm glad that I did do it on video rather than just keep myself company. Got me a chance to talk to you as well, and you know, tell you about our whitewater rafting. So yeah, as I say, I'll probably come back and do a few more Finish It Friday type videos, similar to this, where it will be, you know, just things that want decorating, and maybe I've got a chance then to have a bit more of a chatty video here and there, for those of you who enjoy that kind of thing. So for those of you who have watched today, thank you so much for keeping me company, I really appreciate that, and I hope you like what I've made. And look out for these in my future autumnal woodland type series, which will be much later in the year, but at least now these can go into finished ephemera. Thanks so much then everyone, and we'll speak soon. Bye bye for now.